Hello, users. Welcome back. Whoop, I can hear myself. I hope you're all having a good week. It is a new stream series. This one you voted on, and once again you all voted all of the options evenly. Well, not all of the options, but you voted to a tie. So instead of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, we are going to be playing Alone in the Dark, which I'm very excited for. This one was difficult. Originally, it was going to be a Halloween release. I'm like, alright, that's easy. It's absolutely going to be part of what we will now be calling the Season of Samhain. But it did not release at that time, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I could make it a consulting detective network game. But I really wanted to play this game. So, it was up for vote, and you apparently all really wanted me to play it too. Did some testing earlier. Everything should be fine for stream. It did, however, help me discover why I kept seeing a weirdness when we were doing Next Fest earlier this week. Apparently, DirectX 12 puts priority on any DirectX 12 app and lowers the refresh rate of any non-3D app that is not DirectX 12 in the background on the same display. So when I'm running VTube Studio, even though VTube Studio is... Yeah, I understand, Robot Spacer. Like, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes absolutely should be a CDN game. Because I need to drag someone else along with me. Anyway, so in VTube Studio, it normally, like, the recommended setting is, hey, just set it to your refresh rate. Well, if it's being set to a lower refresh rate, because of DirectX 12, you get non-smoothness. So, like, when I do this, it looks a little bit choppy when that's happening. So what you can do to solve that, if any other VTubers are watching this, is forcibly set your VTube Studio to either 60 frames per second and 30 frames per second. And for optimal improvement, if you have a second display that the game is not on, move VTube Studio to that display. Even doing that alone, I was able to then run at refresh rate and get 120 frames a second again on it, and even no problems. So, all of that said, let me start up Alone in the Dark, and we will meet the renewed Edward Carnby, and I don't know if the female lead is our historical female lead. I should check that. Is it still Emily? We'll see. We'll see if it's Emily or not. I also saw, I almost bought it. There is DLC for this game. That you replace Edward's model with his original model. I almost bought it. Alright, so I did some testing. I skipped everything, so I do not see any story or anything like that. Everything looks good to me on stream. As always, let me know if audio is too quiet or too loud or anything above. Huh, the music seems a little bit soft, so we'll see what the dialogue is like once we get in there. Standard's fine. We'll go modern. Yeah, we'll go modern. Yes, absolutely. Hello, Willow. As you can see, I can now do this. Oh. Well then. That's a good title splash.
So, your uncle. What's wrong with him?
He's possessed.
As in the devil?
Something
Hello,
like
David Harper.
He says a dark man is following him, watching him at all times.
make of it?
It's nonsense, of course. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. You see, it runs in my family.
Possession?
Possession?
Oh.
No, Detective. Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family is driven mad before they grow old.
Swamp cranes. Yeah, definitely
Jeremy
Emily.
didn't kill himself. Is that why he's at your setup?
Despite being convinced that he is truly possessed, he decided to put his last chips on Dr. Gray and his psychoanalysis, figuring he might stumble upon some cure.
You mentioned the letter.
I received a disturbing letter from Jeremy accusing the staff and all the other patients of being involved in some cult. And now they are also out to get him.
Could it be real? Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself, Mr. Carnby. Anything to avoid the truth.
Which is?
That we're
They-
all terribly insignificant. That people
They
are
modeled
so
his
very
stubble.
cruel to one another. That there is no one out to get Jeremy Hartwood because he isn't.
Those are individual polygons.
Here we are.
That seems excessive. But okay.
My uncle's not well, Mr. Carnby. I want to make sure he's all right.
Then what's my part in this? You couldn't get a cab?
I just wouldn't feel safe going alone. Did you bring a gun?
Yeah. You think it'll actually come to that?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
What exactly are we gonna do when we find Jeremy?
I don't know. Let's just find him first.
Alright, Robot Spacer. Oh no, they're gonna make me. Oh, they're gonna make me choose? Shit. I mean, it's Alone in the Dark, as in one, which means it's gotta be Edward Carnby. Jodie Comer. I don't recognize that name. You been in anything that I recognize? Looking it up. IMDb. Jodie Comer. She's been in a lot of stuff. She was in Free Guy, which I have not seen, but I've seen a million of the trailers of it. She is very prolific as an actor. Just nothing that I've ever seen, it looks like. Huh. Alright. Well, it's Alone in the Dark 1, which means it has to be Edward. Oh wow, that is substantially more hair than David Harbour has nowadays. Which is fine. It's just, oh, I wonder if they actually go different places if you choose them.
Looks abandoned.
It can't be. There has to be someone around.
Wait here. I'll go around back.
That's not the back. All right. Tell you what. How about I turn the lights out? And then turn on the lights from the game. Yeah. Just suspending an engine from the roof? Alright. I mean, you need the room. Flashlight.
Now what do we got here?
Don't mind if I do. Hey, Kara, how are you doing? Oh, wow, thank you so much. 13 months, jeez. Greatly appreciated. Kitchen garden key. Don't know why. Alright. Game seems to run really well. At least as far as I can tell. Well, that's dark. Excuse me? Oh, alright. I'm gonna assume left trigger aim, right trigger shoot. You know, just bullets hanging around. I actually like the idea that, like, hey, he didn't come up with backup ammo because he's not expecting to use his gun. So he just came with 6 bullets in the gun. Hello? Oh, got you. For reference, I'm getting more than 60 frames a second. I'm hard locking it to 60 frames a second, so I'm definitely getting more. And I'm running on their highest settings, so this seems pretty optimized. I would like that. I'm gonna need a rope. Whoop. Well, I said that. Oh, I didn't turn on shader caching. I should have. Oh well. Okay, I do have a run button.
Nah, I'm not getting in there.
Either need a key or some bolt cutters. Sorry, Mr. Corvid. I'm not here to cause problems. Hey, Unstable Deuce. I don't know. So, Unstable Deuce is saying he would at least be carrying 2 additional cylinders and speed loaders, but it's nice to have a protagonist without an arsenal. I'm trying to think, like, I don't know. I don't remember. Well, actually, they haven't said what his occupation is in this one, but his original occupation was, like an archaeologist or an investigator? Yeah, he was a researcher and PI. I don't know that he would have carried backup ammo on him. But maybe. Hildegard, hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. We assume. A hell of a tree to have in a greenhouse. Some booze? Oh, I can't go up the greenhouse steps? Alright. That's fine. We have a way down. Let's go look at the tree.
Huh? What?
What? What'd you see? Louisiana State Board of Private Investigator Examinators. Edward Carnby, Decatur, St. blah blah, New Orleans, Parish, Orleans. Carnby, why am I hearing from Gloria Allen that you've got some job at the loony bin? You better not be thinking of paying her off before me. I don't want to take you for a ride, so get me my money. I'll be at Maccabean all night if you score some dough. Obed Morton. I don't know what that is.
Desetto, the old plantation building, was ready to fall, but kept alive by some starry-eyed carpetbagger called Dr. Gray. Seeing how the staff couldn't even be bothered with answering the door, Detective Carnby figured they would just head inside and grab Jeremy. He just needed to open the front door for Emily first, so she could talk to her uncle.
I do like a narrator. We do not have a map yet. Alright. So what did Edward react to back here? I don't know. Alright. Cool. House.
Don't mind if I do.
Take some more booze.
Every day your silence weighs a little heavier. It's been a difficult year for everyone, and many have lost all hope. I read in the papers about people suffering. Pictures of dust-covered landscapes without a drop of water. I wish I knew if you were still tending the earth or if you had turned your back against us. I have started to look for help elsewhere. I pray you will tell me if I am going down a path that you find disagreeable. With help from Baptiste and Charlotte, I found comfort in the practice of the voodoo. I have long been skeptical of that Caribbean cult, but it's been of good use to me. It seems all harmless in my book. I say some words dreamt up by the Creoles, and I carry around a small pocket of gree-gree. Nothing of this is mentioned in the Bible, of course, but the French Quarter priestess tells me it's all connected.
Sure.
She says the Christian God is just one more perspective on the creator of things. That's what I like to think, but the other way around, that the spirits of her faith are just aspects of you, our Heavenly Father. I am so grateful for the words you gave Mr. Hartwood. We will sing your praises at St. John's Eve. The world will be blessed soon again. Only the sacrifices of the Old Testament compare to your demands. Let it be the truth. A mother of earth, wood, and dirt. A mother of 1,000 young.
Sacred sand, $1. Black cat oil, $1.50. Devil shoestrings, a quarter. That makes $2.75, madame.
What was that you were telling the doctor? A goat without horns. What does that mean?
You must have misheard me, madame. I said no such thing.
Please, I know I don't look like any of you, but I'm devout. I'm ready to do what it takes.
Do not be so eager to sacrifice the few things you have left, madame. Now please, leave my store.
A goat without horns.
Interesting. I like their use of narrative reading of the books. Why, yes, I will take the random 1 bullet in this room. Oh. Well, that's cool. Almost detective vision. Putting, you know, bullets with the pots and pans. It's fine. I don't like that they're giving me that many bullets. Probably a bad sign. Oh, you know, bullets in the freezer. Totally normal.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely ruined. Let's wait for Mr.
That doesn't look safe.
Look in that other room we didn't go through. Can I, what does that mean?
What was that?
Oh, alright. Well, thank you for telling me. I would like to take the cleaver, please. Oh. Oh! Alright, they've got a Resident Evil 2, like the original version going on. That's rad. Maybe we play through both. Go there afterwards. Okay. Ah,
Need the
okay.
key.
These doors are all very loud. Hey, 6-7, yes, this is very much not a DOS game. Okay, well, we can't go that way. Marvelous science. Map. Ooh, is it a Resident Evil map? Is it showing me that I found everything in this room? So that said pizza key. I was about to be very excited. Working mirrors.
Sunday, June 22nd. I spent all day looking for Jeremy. I should have cared for the others, but I'm scared that he will do something irreversible. Cassandra is upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that Waits brought from the post office yesterday. I would have given it to her, but the company didn't send a new key this time around, so the box is just sitting there on my desk. They must have figured we had plenty of their gimmicky keys by now. I only remember seeing one lately. Grace was playing with it inside the grand parlor. Unless it turns up by itself, it will have to wait. I have to figure out where Jeremy is. I think Jack knew something. That dog of his found a strange rot permeating the house. She's showing us, he said. Like those blots and streaks of fetid rot was talking to him.
Alright, where's the grand parlor? We can't get to it currently. Okay. Can I make a mark? I cannot. Oh, that's interesting. Whether a puzzle is solvable or not. That's interesting. Okay. This is a good map. Library.
I need the key.
Alright, that's a fast way down. Getting more shader stutter. Let's go let Emily in.
Thanks.
What are you doing? Who are you?
Whoa, pardon me, excuse me. My name is Edward Carnby, private investigator. I hope you don't mind we let ourselves inside.
I do mind. This is private property. You can't just barge in here.
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. It's urgent, and no one was answering the door.
That's true.
Can't hear you knocking anymore. None of us can. Who is your uncle, darling?
Jeremy. Am I right? She has that Hartwood gloom, doesn't she?
That's right. I'm Emily Hartwood. I just came to make sure my uncle is all right.
Well, he is unavailable right now. You will have to come back another day.
Unavailable how? Is he sleeping? We can wait.
He's lost.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Who's your man again, Miss Hartwood?
My name's Edward Carnby, private investigator.
Splendid.
Enough! All of you, get back to your rooms. McCarthy, keep your eyes on the child. And you two, please leave immediately.
Look, we're not here to cause any trouble. Just let us see the old man, satisfy the curiosity of my client here, and we'll be off.
Jeremy has gone missing. There's no need to worry, but it might be some time before he turns up. The whole staff is looking for him.
What? He ran off?
I don't have time for any of this. Please, come back tomorrow.
All right, in that case, we'll just wait in his room. You don't mind, do you? It's upstairs, right?
Wait, you can't.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In the corridor. It's the first door on your left. I'll tell Dr. Gray you're here.
Excellent. Thank you, madam.
That's an interesting door. Oh, they have shader compilation issues. I wish I had turned on preload.
All right. Here we are.
Let's look around. See if we can dig up any clues.
This is very interesting because the first Alone in the Dark was very much a solitary experience for the most part. Oh, wrong button. Hey, Robot Spacer. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. There's a lot of people in this one. Working mirrors. Maybe we'll see if we get a working toilet later. I'm interested on why Carnby thought he knew the child. Oh, come on. And Robot Spacer, if you didn't see it, it feels like this is going to be an original Resident Evil 2 situation where each character has a completely different path.
Every night the dark man stands opaque at the threshold of my room, counting the days until my spirit spills out of my tired shape. Only his pallid mask shelters my remaining sanity. Staring directly into the face of that demonic sultan would surely sunder time itself. Would he have looked the same to my father as he struggled for his life? Does his veiled face haunt my niece quite the same way? I wish so that I could rest my soul in that sunburnt convent of Tarawea. Would I find you there, Juan? Or Senora Pirosi? Back from the beyond. Every night I hide from him, moving from one misshapen memory to another. Scenes conjured out of fantasy and delirium. Places I struggle to even paint. I wish I understood your death, Senora. Is there anything I could do for you but bury you in that bleak necropolis?
I appreciate not having to read this.
That triumphant chapel rising above the ledges and the oven vaults shall be your sepulchre, where you may rest, and I shall weep. How did you first come to understand such things, Senora? How did you know that the battered boil in the basement would lead me to Lafayette Cemetery?
What?
Or how the old upstairs clock, with its astronomical motifs, would take me to that hateful mound outside of Claremont Harbor? Those are my memories, my past. Is there perhaps a chance, if ever so small, for me to see Tarawea? Oh, I want that more than anything. Please, let my talisman take me there. Let me sit with Juan under his Bodhi tree. Despite having sold me that talisman, Miss Jackson, the voodoo priestess, revealed none of her secrets to me. That's why I had to travel to Tonka. Instead, she cruelly told Baptiste, my caretaker, that he would be betrayed and killed in the most awful way, that the one he loved would pierce his thigh with a sharp spear, and that he would be devoured by his own mother. What a terrible thing to say.
Oof. So, for those that are not familiar with the Alone in the Dark series, the first few Alone in the Darks were basically the precursor to modern survival horror. The creators of Resident Evil said that it very explicitly inspired the first Resident Evil.
The people of Deseto are becoming dangerous. They do not understand what they are doing. I must do something to stop them. I tried talking to Dr. Gray, but he confuses my worries. He's caught up in treating me. How can he expect evil to be cured with medicine and conversation? The orderlies, the housekeeper, and the patients are all deranged. They will call upon evil to enter this world. all would be lost. Everything. Unless I can find the clerk, Mr. Waite. He seems to be a clear-thinking man. Maybe Beauregard.
Beauregard.
The dock man offered me a prison, and I accepted. I signed that miscarried contract and entered the dock pact. Everyone is safe, except for me.
Oh. Huh. That's probably going to be important for later. Oh, great.
I found a book full of peculiar notes. Have you heard of something called Tarawea?
No. What's that?
I might be reading too much into this, but
Facial animation is very good.
it's the place he wants to go to.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a clue.
Oh, thank you, God. It's not a sliding puzzle.
Hey,
Excuse me?
You know anything about this? Looks like some sort of talisman.
No, I don't. Oh, help me out here, will you?
I would it kill the guy to throw some of this stuff out? I'd be crazy too if I had this much junk lying around.
Oh, wow. That's striking.
Huh.
I want to save this one.
What are we doing?
All right, come on. I want to go see Dr. Gray.
That's a good audio effect. Kind of inside his head at this point, right? So hearing muffled
Come
outside.
on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming. Miss Hartwood. Emily?
And it's almost night now.
What the hell is going on? Where am I?
I'm very intrigued, chat. I dig this. Excuse me? We'll, we're in the other world. Ah, whoa! Oh. I don't have a melee attack. Whoop. And we have inverse kinematics, which is a problem. Open the door. I'm gonna die, Chad. How do I reload? How do I reload? Triangle.
Detective Carnby had seen plenty of violence before, but nothing quite like this. What was that cursed thing?
So, the thing that I should mention, there is an aiming reticle.
What the hell was that?
And the more that the creature moves or that I move, when it was actually combat, it like gets super wider. I'm going to imagine we get better weapons. So is it like what are we looking at here? Like body parts covered in vines? Yes, Robot Spacer. They mentioned that these are collectibles that will give you knowledge, but also potentially other things, and you cannot necessarily get all of them in one run. You will have to go through both as Emily and Edward to get all of them. Your map is of no use here. Well...
I can't go that way.
What the hell is going on?
The flyer title? Huh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't go that way.
Hey, Unsecure Crush. Get your shout out here. Okay. I'm gonna ring every single bicycle bell I see. That is my promise to you. Oh boy. Alright, well we'll go back. We'll go the way where it's warning us about enemies later. Roots and medicine. Oh, hello, sir.
Don't let them get inside, Carnby. They're not the good kind.
Are you... Is this your store?
There are no owners here. We both strangers in Jeremy's store.
Jeremy did this. How?
The pack with the dog man. Jeremy warned us, but we didn't think much of it.
This is a very large man.
I'm Detective Edward Carnby. I was hired by Jeremy's niece to find him.
Oh, yeah? How much she paying you?
$150.
She's sure getting her money's worth tonight.
Lagna Pipi.
No, not if I can help it.
You know, I think Jeremy's hiding in a way we can't find him. He has this juju necklace that guides him.
The talisman?
That's right. It's some magic charm he got from Miss Jackson down the street.
The voodoo priestess.
I'm just gonna call out.
Things, Carnby. Yeah, the Mama Loa.
I really hope that they're not going to reveal that the Dark Man is a dark-skinned man, and that's this guy.
Go there, you can find some clues to show you the way.
Thanks. I'll have a look.
I don't think they would, but man, I hope they don't. Batiste's keys. There are 3 keys on the chain. One that opens up Miss Jackson's place in the French Quarter. Then there are 2 belonging to Deserto. One for the clerk's office and the other for the library. Ooh. Lagna Peepee. Ooh, can I talk to you more, Batiste?
You want to come along?
Nah, I'm gonna stay here for a while.
Anything I can do for... Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Batiste. Just tell my sister Lottie I'm alright if you see it.
Alright.
Alright, I'm heading out.
Be careful out there.
Thanks, Batiste. I am going to continue believing you are a good guy. Take these bullets. Can't go that way. Melee weapon.
Nice.
Ow. Oh no, they're breakable. That's unfortunate. Oh, square is... Sorry. I'm on an Xbox controller. X is reload. Yeah, but throw what? Thank you. Okay. I got it. Just stuff that happens to be in their area. Alright. I wonder if this is actually damaging. How do I get to...
Detective Carnby hesitated to buy into the stranger's explanation, but it was all he had. Baptiste, this mountain of a man, seemed to suggest that this other world they had been pulled into was built from Jeremy's scattered memories. It sounded crazy to him, but Carnby couldn't exactly deny the situation he found himself in. Baptiste believed Jeremy was able to move freely between worlds using a talisman he got from Miss Jackson, a voodoo witch doctor that made a good living from alleviating the rich from their ailments and their money.
Didn't mean to do that. What's the, was it just weapon 3, weapon 1? Yeah, okay, it's automatic. This is hopefully not a boss arena. It sure feels like a boss arena. Nope. Whoop. Oh. Well then. I need to stop hitting up.
I recognize this place. It's Miss Jackson's seance parlor. Let's see if she's got any information on Jeremy's talisman.
Why do we know Miss Jackson?
the talisman, like the one in the painting.
All right. Find your own talisman. The old talisman shaped with, or an old talisman shaped over centuries. The engraving of the numbers looks to be less than 100 years old. The base could be from antiquity. The polished black sunstone in the middle has a glass finish and occasionally gives the impression of hiding a picture within itself.
I think it's meant for the talisman. I think it needs numbers, like coordinates. Maybe there's something in Jeremy.
Three, 5, 8.
Notes. It's showing something. A place? Where is that? Huh.
Detective, I was wondering when you were going to show up. Mrs. Thompson told me you were here. I understand you are working for Jeremy.
That's an interesting transition.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're not wrong. We came here for her uncle. I didn't expect this. You are Dr. Gray, right?
That's right. You don't happen to have some identification, Detective. I'm not keen on having strangers prying into my business. Oh, Detective Edward Carnby, Decatur Street, New Orleans. Enjoying the Vieux Carré, Detective? Those old French quarters, the voodoo people, the gangsters. I'm sure you live an exciting life.
Well, it's not quite like the stories, Doc. Just trying to make a living.
Aren't we all making a living? Well, welcome to Deseto, Detective. I hope your time here will be useful. Now, what can I do for you?
Why don't you tell me where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Why wouldn't that make for a short visit? I wish I could tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know. A drink, Detective?
Anything brandy.
Oh, you do belong in the French quarters, Detective. Armagnac or cognac?
You know, just give me the cheap stuff. I'm not much of a connoisseur.
Having low
I would not
standards is not
trust
a virtue, Detective.
a drink from this man.
Let me see if I can broaden your perspective.
What can you tell me about Jeremy?
I wouldn't want to go into details about his condition.
Bro, they're asking if they put the gangsters in this one. We'll see.
Confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Sure, but he is crazy, and he's gone missing. Why?
Here, try this.
Well, to be drugged.
Ooh, it's good. Got a bite?
It's called a sidecar. The trick is not to be afraid of the tartness of the lemon. Then, for goodness sake, don't overdo the triple sec.
Okay, what can you tell me about Jeremy?
Well, let me think. He is an anxious man, constantly worried about events not presenting themselves according to his model of predestination. He complains about things not being carried out in the right order, and that some things simply shouldn't be. Is any of this helpful to you?
Not really. I was hoping for some direction where to look next.
I'm sorry. I have nothing for you then. You should talk to my orderlies. They have been looking for him for a while now. I'm sure they would appreciate your help.
Yeah, I ran into Batiste earlier. Come to think of it, he might have given me a lead.
Oh, excellent. So your investigation is already underway.
I'm gonna go, but I'm sure we'll meet again.
Looking forward to it. Safe returns.
Chapter 2. For the sake of my own internal record keeping, if anyone in chat is able to find out how many chapters there are in this, I would appreciate it.
Detective
If not,
Carnby,
it's fine.
How did you... Where did you go?
You're not going to believe me.
I was just talking to Dr. Gray.
You disappeared.
No, it's not what you think. Have you found anything strange going on here?
Yes. Everyone is being incredibly evasive and I can't figure out why.
No, I mean something you can't explain.
I still can't believe his freaking stubble is mottled.
Detective, I really need you to get yourself together. I can't do this alone.
Forget it. I'll figure it out.
Do you want to come see Dr. Gray?
No, I want to try something with this talisman. I think I can follow Jeremy to the place he mentioned in the book. What was the name? Do you remember something Spanish? Tarawea. Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Thank you, Robot Spacer.
Detective, are you gonna be all right?
Yeah, of course. Go talk to Dr. Gray. We'll rendezvous
Wait,
later.
if she hasn't talked to Dr. Gray yet, how did Dr. Gray know about us?
This talisman brought me back from the French Quarter in the blink of an eye. If Jeremy can travel so easily, then he could be hiding anywhere, even Tarawea. If he can do it, so can I. I just need to figure out how the talisman works.
Saw your notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but you can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
Room key number 6.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is DeSeto's chief doctor. Accounting and all administrative work is handled by me, Paul Waits. Magdalena Thompson, or Mags, is responsible for the household. Jean-Baptiste and Charlotte Tabois are responsible for keeping the guests' medical regimens in check. Finally, Jack Chance is our gardener, who can occasionally be seen in the conservatory, but is for the most part busy outside. There are currently 6 guests at DeSeto. Malcolm McCarthy and Ruth Tallant reside on the first floor. Jeremy Hartwood, Elisabetta Perosi, Grace Saunders, and of course, Cassandra Beauregard live on the second floor.
So, Elisabetta's key is here for some reason.
Cassandra Beauregard, the beloved author. Very exciting, isn't it? What do you want to put down for reason for admission?
What her agent told us. Cassandra suffers from writer's block and needs to finish her moving picture script before the end of June. Mr. Chardot suggests Cassandra's heavy use of barbiturates is holding her back and risks ruining her career.
And how should we summarize her personal history?
Let's keep it short. Cassandra Beauregard is a beloved crime author who managed to pull herself out of poverty and into stardom. 5 years ago, she tried killing herself by jumping off a balcony. The incident left her a cripple and now relies heavily on her wheelchair.
And for diagnostic impressions?
Cassandra suffers chronic back pain following her suicide attempt. She self-administers morphine to keep herself ambulant, but has become addicted, and the desired effect is now lost. The drug abuse clouds her mind, and she is unable to focus on real life. To save herself from this insight, she instead makes up stories to fill out the gaps in her own thought process, resembling the Korsakoff syndrome.
Oh, bravo, Doctor. How will you treat her?
First of all, she needs to be weaned from her drug addiction, and hopefully it will resolve her compulsive lying. Then look into permanently numbing her pain in her back through surgery. Finally, deal with her suicidal thoughts.
Fantastic. With such a short time before June, I really hope she gets better soon.
We will do what we can.
Grace Saunders, 11 years old. Reason for admission?
The mother insists on strict supervision by a proper gentleman to avoid further perversion of Grace's adolescence.
What?
Personal history?
Grace's family possesses modest wealth and status. Her childhood seems ordinary, spending most of her time with private teachers and family friends. Grace's father recently passed away, leaving her mother the sole caregiver.
And diagnostic impressions?
Grace has trouble dealing with her father's death. She is willingly suppressing her feelings on the matter and isn't properly acknowledging the trauma she suffered.
Any planned treatment?
Grace needs nothing out of the ordinary. She simply needs parental guidance. Eventually, we can work on her feelings toward her father.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll finish the paperwork and get her installed. Malcolm McCarthy, 54 years of age. Reason for admission?
McCarthy admitted himself to Dorsetto, stating simply that he needs some damn rest.
McCarthy's a gangster.
History.
McCarthy claims he used to work as a lawyer in Baton Rouge, but says he can't go into details because of some legal dispute. His background remains largely a mystery, except for the occasional clue that he drops in conversation.
Huh. And diagnostic impressions?
McCarthy is an anxious man and an alcoholic. He often tells half-truths due to some deep-seated inability to trust other people.
And
I get it.
How will you treat that?
McCarthy will take some time to open up. Spending time with Jack's dog or the child should be good for him. Their harmless nature will help build his sense of trust.
Thank you, Doctor. Elisabetta Perosi, 33 years old? What should I put down as reason for admission?
Well, Perosi broke into Dorsetto and was found wandering the grand parlor. She was confused and suffered partial amnesia. She insisted she belonged here and offered to pay for her stay.
Right. What do you make of her story?
Perosi claims to have been a member of the Astarte artist colony some 20 years ago. A claim that seems contrafactual due to her young age. She looks to be and even thinks she is 33 years of age. That would make her a child at the time. It seems fair to say that Perosi's story is untrue, deliberately so or not.
Diagnostic impressions? Do you have anything?
Perosi's story is peculiar because she retracted her story about the artist colony. She no longer claims to be the same person as Elisabetta Perosi. However, my staff's research has confirmed there was a Perosi at that time who was in her early 30s.
I suppose this case will take some time to investigate. How will you go about it?
I wanted to contact the real Perosi, but it seems the whole colony disappeared one night. September 29th, 1915, during a hurricane. I will have to take it slow and figure out what this spell of impersonation could have been.
Oh, I'm sure it will all clear up eventually. Thank you, Doctor.
Right.
Ruth Talon, 29 years of age. Reason for admission?
Ruth's father wishes that his daughter be removed from New Orleans nightlife for the foreseeable future. He fears that her overly free spirit is tarnishing the family's reputation.
Sounds simple enough. Personal history?
Ruth comes from considerable wealth. Her family owns several hotels and restaurants. Unlike the rest of the family, her sense of adventure has taken her around the world, including France during the Great War as a photojournalist. The last decade, she has provoked many rumors of being a debauched flapper, bordering on nymphomania.
And diagnostic impressions?
Despite her father's frivolous reasons for her to be admitted, Ruth does seem to provide an interesting case. She is refreshingly open and doesn't shy away from talking about her life during the war or her continuous celebration after returning to the States. She is admittedly a sexual deviant and feels no remorse.
And her treatment plan?
Simply staying at Derceto should do wonders for Ruth. If not, at least for her family's reputation. Ruth doesn't need to change, but with therapy I might be able to share with her some sympathy towards her family. I doubt she will settle down and become as dull as the rest of them, but at least she might try to be more discreet in the future.
Are they fucking? They might be fucking.
Looks like all the patients are accounted for, except for Jeremy.
That is interesting, yeah. Huh.
There's no way I can get into this thing. Better leave it alone.
Well, alright then. So, can't solve that puzzle yet. There are other stuff in Dr. Gray's office. That's interesting.
I need the key.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it. They have something to do with Jeremy's episodes and how he seems to disappear at night. Right now, it's important that you keep an eye out for any of the pieces. I want to find out if I can repair the plates. Let me know if you find any of them. Lottie.
Tell Lottie to take a look at the well in the kitchen garden.
Yeah, we saw that. Nope. Alright. We can't go in there. We can't go in there. We can't leave. We go to Lottie's room, though. Excuse me? Oh, right, we don't have the key for this thing yet.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana, Thierry Briclot, 1917. Derceto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only
Gonna be a lot of reading.
to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Derceto kept a modest production of barrique tobacco and indigo that persisted up till the Civil War. During the antebellum era, Derceto was the source of many rumors concerning voodoo and witchcraft. People who traveled the lake reported seeing people dance at night in front of bonfires, bleating and wailing. On June 17, 1862, Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army recounts leading a raiding party from ships anchored in Lake Pontchartrain in order to seize control of Deseto and free the slaves working there. The captain was surprised to find the workers fighting back with unprecedented zeal. Norton's account describes these men and women as enraged with fanaticism. Pickford reportedly tried to placate the raiders, but was shot in the confusion. Captain Norton left the mansion burning and retreated to his ships with his men. Deseto was left in ruins for several decades. The ownership of the land was long disputed and returned to the Ledoux family in 1901. Several police reports were filed during the following years as the Ledoux tried to get rid of a camp of squatters on their land. The police made several visits to remove the trespassers, but the people kept returning. On November 1st, 1907, Inspector Leras of the police charged a deadly attack in order to save several children kidnapped by the squatters. Many were killed, and even more were jailed. The following year, Ledoux rebuilt Deseto, incorporating the surviving stone foundation and adding a magnificent wrought iron conservatory. The farmland had been reclaimed by the surrounding woods, so it was no longer profitable to use as a plantation. Instead, the house was turned into an artist's colony. The Astarte Artist Colony was a successful group of artists, including figures such as painter Heinrich Cassel and poet Nora Keith. The group was also known for their beloved Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain. On September 29, 1915, a tropical hurricane tore through Louisiana, causing Lake Pontchartrain to flood New Orleans. Due to the remote location of Deseto, it took almost 2 weeks for outsiders to learn that the artists' colony was abandoned. The 12 residing artists had all vanished without a trace. The empty mansion of Deseto still stands on the shore of Lake Pontchartrain, with much of its temple facade intact. The Ledoux family currently has no intention of repairing the house.
I'm gonna just borrow that. Ooh. Surely it's not. I haven't saved this entire time. And now we're gonna save to do something foolish. Okay. Now, question is, does this eventually break the weapon? No, it's just on enemies. Okay.
It's wedged shut.
I mean, we have a poker. We could just push the wedge back. Ooh, thank you. We know of a lot of places that could use that.
What happened? Everything's normal again? right. Huh.
Gonna just, you know, that over there. And this. With no regard for their
Nice.
property. It's fine. Oh, I thought I was gonna carry the bucket. No, I just have the bucket. Okay.
This can't be real.
Hi. Probably should turn the flashlight on. It's fine. I'm sure it's nothing. Turn that water back off. Or not. What do you think is still here? This? Is there a way for me to see? Like, are they...
While Detective Carnby was grateful to be back at Derceto, he was eager to test his hypothesis. After having suffered through that sinister world, dressed as the French Quarter, Jeremy's writing could be read much more literally. What if Jeremy used his talent
Old clock and boiler.
to actually...
You're saying there's still something here. No, okay, it was just the weapon. Alright. Oh, they locked it? Son of a bitch. Alright. Oh, we can't get into this room because they blocked it. Alright. Alright, Robot Spacer. Have a great evening. Or great afternoon. Enjoy your time. I will probably still be playing this for quite a few hours. Unless I get exhausted by the time we go to break. Yeah, for those that don't know, it is very hot in the region that I'm in. And I had to go do 2-ish, 3-ish hours of yard work before stream. I'm fine, but I am a little tired. Let's go upstairs real quick. Hold on. Just marking things on the map.
It's wedged shut.
What? So I can't go back? Ah. Other way.
I need the key.
That's one of the monsters.
Oh. It's stained. This must be the clock that Jeremy wrote about in the commonplace book. Huh. Looks like the plate that held the talisman in the seance room. But it's broken and missing some pieces. I need the key.
Sorry, Detective. Didn't mean to obstruct justice.
Sir, are you drunk?
It's fine.
You know, I'm kind of busy with my own case of a missing person. I was wondering if you've seen Grace.
Oh, he's very drunk.
Yay high?
I can't say that I have. Why are you asking?
Well, I'm looking for her.
Is she in trouble?
No. She's just hiding somewhere. But we can't have a rascal like that running around unchecked. A time like this, you understand?
Well, I haven't seen her.
Well, let me know if you find her. I'll be around. I'll keep an eye out for your man, Jeremy. You scratch my back, Detective, and I'll scratch yours.
That is the right look to respond to that with, Carnby.
McCarthy reminded Detective Carnby of an old barfly he used to know. He detested him. There was no getting around it. McCarthy was going to have a hard time.
I wish it would keep reading when not in the menu.
Looks like everything's back to normal here.
Interesting.
Emily's here.
Thank you for the random bullets in the hallway with children. Ooh, we're getting close. What does that one do? Is it just secret knowledge? Oh, unlocks the shotgun cabinet. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do.
Huh. How eccentric.
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device. My talisman now knows these roads, and I have no need for the plates. I can find my way to Lafayette as easy as I find my own room. I visited the grave of my father and seen the oven waiting for me. Thank you for opening these doors. I now must summon my courage and go back to that hateful mound outside the oil rig. I hope you'll be feeling better when I return. Jeremy.
These paintings got some grim-looking rot on them.
Yes, but what did that do? Alright, hold on. Writing a note. Left to right. William. Arges. Franklin Mosig. Nora Keith. All right.
Astarte Artist Colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over. No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake, until you find the shores of Hali.
What are these symbols? Looks like alchemy, or star constellations.
Yep. Okay. I know what you're having me do. William Arges is 2. Franklin Mosig is 9. 4. 294. So Pisces. Libra, Taurus. Pisces, Libra, Taurus. I already forgot what those are. Pisces is facing ease. I know what Taurus is.
Got it.
Oh, hell. This is a bad place. Oh, there's stealth?
Detective Carnby had a hard time understanding what had happened. It did feel similar to when he was pulled into the French
Each person has their own alternate
War with
world?
power and purpose. Did he cause this, or was it something else?
What the hell is going on?
Alright, we've... Ooh, we can solve the one in the gallery. Might take a break shortly.
I think I've seen this somewhere.
Yeah. Ah, okay.
There was something in the commonplace book about this. I think the clock broke. Or maybe it just stopped at a very precise place.
Alright, so before I do that one, let's go see if we can't solve the boiler room. Oh, can I not go back downstairs? How do I get to the boiler room? Alright, boiler room is from there. Yeah, underneath the servant stairs. Okay.
key.
That's the wine cellar. Everything else there is good.
It's another plate for the talisman. Like the other one, it's broken and missing some pieces.
Tell you what. What time is it? We'll go another 10 minutes. Oh. Hello? That sounds normal.
What are you doing in my kitchen? I assure you. No,
I'm sorry.
I promise you. Mr. Hartwood is nowhere near my kitchen, and neither should you be. Don't make me kick you out of this house.
Sorry.
Now get out.
Yeah.
Huh.
Carnby was in shock, but also a little embarrassed. The housekeeper was furious to find him searching through the kitchen and had run him out of the room. There was something strange going on with her, but it didn't feel connected to the case, so he decided to stay out of her way.
That's right, 6-7. Carnby, you've done it again, old chum. Alright, back upstairs, right? Three, 6, 4. Or 6, 4, 3. One or the other.
Hmm.
6-7 asking, is the bear gonna claw at you one of these runs? Yeah, probably.
Glass, it's showing me something. It's the hallway outside Jeremy's room.
Going back to New Orleans. Lafayette. Hello?
I made it. I entered another one of Jeremy's memories.
May 1923. Monday. All okay. Ready for delivery. Maintenance. Oil pump must be serviced. Any tampering causes large spills unless properly forestalled. Tuesday. Shipment delayed but delivered. Maintenance. Service bridge close to broken. Wednesday. Prospectors reluctantly agreed to show the burial mound to Mr. Hartwood, a painter, who read about our finds in the papers. He means to return tomorrow and try to find a way inside. Thursday. Mr. Hartwood's efforts delayed. Workers seem nervous about his presence. Hartwood promised not to return to the compound. Instead, he has taken up an offer by L'Officier, the riverboat captain, who means to pilot him to the site tomorrow morning. Hopefully that's the end. Work can resume. Maintenance. Bridge from the oil tower to the bayou has collapsed. Sabotage suspected.
This is the devil that guides us now.
Well, okay then. Gonna just loot all your stuff. I hope drops are not randomized.
I need the key. Locked.
Someone gonna jump out the door? Thank you. Oh good, I didn't know that we could save in these worlds. I was worried we couldn't.
There's something missing. Something missing.
Yeah, but where? Hey PL, how you doing? We've seen 0 enemies, but I also don't trust it.
Got
it. PL said, now the real question is, was I talking about Kia there, or talking about the game? No, that would be Kia, yeah. Like, Kia alone with a dork would be an accurate description of her being with me. Alright, after this bridge, we will break. Dogs need to go out and be fed. Whoop, whoop! The hell are you? Wait, nope. Carnby, don't go down. There was an item up there. That seems like a good weapon. No, this is not LA Noire. This is Alone in the Dark. With a bunch of really cool actors playing as the main characters, which is always rad. Including David Harbour. Okay, this is where we will pause. This seems like a mildly... Oh no, it's not safe. I can't save now. Mr. Bullet's full. Didn't know that was possible.
Looks pretty weak. I just need something to break it.
Still can't save. Okay, ammo. Thank you. I'm pretty sure drops are randomized, and that sucks. What did you about? Does this take me to a safe room? Yes. Okay. We're going to save here. We will take a short, well, medium break, maybe 10-15 minutes. I need to walk and feed the dogs. And if you're watching live, we'll be back shortly. If you're watching the archive, please feel free to watch something else out on the channel. Other than that, be safe and be kind to one another. Bye-bye.